Now who's dropping bombs right before we go live?
It's me. Good morning and happy Friday. You made it. It's
so far, you made it to Friday. Now you got to make it
gotta get it through Friday. Yeah, that's a whole different thing.
We were just going through our schedule for today, and it's a busy one.
Mine is. You just have to work.
Oh, that's all.
But the nice thing about you working is that you usually just get to sit there and work. I'm flitting all around the city, and it's kind of like yesterday. Yesterday was crazy. Yesterday was a crazy day.
It was a busy day.
Finish one thing literally just in time for the next thing to start, and then you finish that, and then it's the next thing to start, and it was just like that all throughout the day. And today's going to kind of be like that.
Yep, that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm Seth.
I'm Tammy. Let's get that out of the way.
We are the 4031 family.
Yes,
Thank you for coming and checking in with us this morning.
Yeah, we know that there are a number of you watching, specifically our sweet friend Lori is probably just listening because she should be driving at the moment. So you better just be listening.
She'll probably send you Facebook voice messages while we're doing this.
And I know Holly is listening. So we're really grateful for those of you who are watching / listening. Some of you make it known that you're there. Some of you don't, and that's okay. But we're really glad you're there, even if we know who you are or not. We're really appreciative of your support of our session, our moment right now, of our channel, of our lives, and of our family.
We are. And do check out the other channels if you're watching on...
Where are we? YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, Facebook, X, and Instagram.
Although Instagram's weird because we stream live to Instagram, but Instagram won't save them. So
you got to catch it while you can.
Got to catch it while it's live, and of course. So we gotta do something with the Instagram deal and get that up and running so that there are people who we can start getting that thing.
Our videos are also at our
buymeacoffee.com/the 4031 family.
And again, that's just a way you can just do a simple little financial support or just be watching.
Right. Anyway, I think I was saying if you're watching on one platform, go to another platform and like or follow us there, please. Just it helps us spread the
joy.
Well, spread was the wrong word. It helps us get shared more often to more people. So we want to try and get to the point where you've got a critical, you can get to the point eventually where you get a critical mass going kind of deal, What?
Nothing.
Okay. Anyway.
We will never get to critical mass.
We might, but we'll see. Anyway.
No, it's hard because in a couple weeks, all of this is going to shift. We're going to be out of town. We leave a week today. We'll be on the road driving to Duluth, Georgia for our Christian Products Expo, which will start that Monday, the 11th. We'll try to check in at some point on the channel, but hopefully we'll just be too busy on Monday and Tuesday.
I hope so.
To be able to talk. We're hoping
but maybe we'll go live like as a recap back at the hotel or something like that.
Or, Monday night we can pop in while Torrin Wells is singing. I don't know.
That might not be legal.
It might not.
Just if he's,
And Matt Hammett and somebody else.
Yeah. So anyway, but whatever. So today we're going to do a devotion again from the Institute for Creation Research's Days of Praise.
We are.
This is the little booklet. If you go to the URL that's on your screen, you can sign up and get that delivered to your mailbox quarterly. You'll also get the daily devotion mailed to you to your email inbox.
Yeah.
And that way you can read ahead and cheat.
We, however, obviously will not read ahead. So that our conversations are...
This is a new kind of reaction video.
Are real.
It's a daily devotion reaction.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's kind of cool. We should... whatever. I don't know.
All right, so it's my turn.
Oh, well then here, you take the controls.
No, you don't have to do that. I just mean open it so I can see it. So thanks. Today's devotion was written by Dr. Henry Morris and is called Those Whom God Calls Fools.
Yeah, and I want to be in that camp.
I know, right? From Deuteronomy 32:6 we read, "Do ye thus requite the Lord, O foolish people and unwise? Is not he thy father that hath brought thee? Hath he not made...
Not brought.
Bought. Sorry, yeah, that's very different.
Yeah.
Hath he not made thee and established thee?" Yeah, because he bought you. He ransomed you.
Well, specifically talking to the Jews, in Deuteronomy. So this would be as they're wandering in the desert and all that kind of stuff. And, God saved them out of Egypt, So
He did.
That he did. Do you want to...
And that he will again.
I can't see the screen. So
Okay,
you're gonna have
I'll
to.
take care of it.
Thanks.
Oops, I pushed a button.
You didn't read it ahead of time. I can't even read it now, so I got to listen to you.
Sorry.
That's okay.
This rebuke was by Moses, as he warned the people of God just before their entrance into the promised land. Of course, if I had really paid attention to the fact it was Deuteronomy, that would have pointed to the fact it was Moses and not, as I had referred to, as Christ's buying us.
I mean, Moses and the Israelites is all very much a type of Christ in the church later, too.
Yeah.
So it's totally... It's not that you were wrong. It's just that you... And not that you were wrong. But, that...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
You were just
Thanks for having my back.
2,000 years too early.
Just like
1,500 years too early.
Just like me.
Go ahead.
It contains the first use of the Hebrew nabal, translated fool or foolish, in the Bible. Here it is applied to God's chosen people after they had been redeemed out of Egyptian slavery by God. This implies that the most foolish of all people are those who have known about God and his great salvation and yet have turned away from his word. Can you imagine being his people and having God call them foolish? You just said, I'd hate to be those people.
Right.
Well, these were his people. These were the
Right.
people that he bought out of slavery and bought out of Pharaoh's control.
Well, it's funny. I mean, we've talked about this recently, I think. I don't know if it was on a devotion or at another time, but, imagine you're one of the Israelites and you're enslaved in Egypt, and then there are frogs, and then there are flies, then there's pestilence, and then there's blood in the water, and then there's the Passover and the death of the firstborn. And then the Egyptians all start handing you their stuff and telling you, get out of town. So you get out of town with all their stuff, right? And you're trekking across the desert, and suddenly somebody looks behind them, and you're following a pillar of fire, not a pillar. You're following a pillar of fire and a pillar of smoke. There's an inside joke here.
Sorry.
And you turn around and they're chasing after you, so you hurry and you get to the water and you're like, oh, we're all going to die. Never mind that you just witnessed all this stuff that God did to save
survived.
you.
Yeah.
And so, he just opens up the ocean so you can walk through on dry land.
It's not much.
So you walk through on dry land and you get to the other side.
That's still critical. It wasn't just walking through. He parted the sea so that you could. The sand beneath the water was dry.
Well, yeah. Water evaporates.
That's just crazy to me.
Yeah. So you walk through, you turn around, they're still following, and you're like, we're going to die.
Right. Hey, you made a way for us, but it worked for them too.
So God stops making the way, and he makes the water fall in on all the Egyptians and all that stuff. And so now all these things you've just witnessed. And then 3 days later, you're a little hungry and you're a little thirsty. You're like, we should go back to Egypt.
What?
The water here is bitter. And God's like, okay, throw a stick in. And they throw a stick in and the water's fine. And it's like, oh, okay. And then a week later, they're like, we should go back to Egypt. They were kind of foolish people.
Yeah.
And we all are.
I was going to say, haven't we all had that moment, though, when we forget the ways that God saves us and protects us and provides for us when we're in a wah moment? And we all have them.
Yep. That's exactly right.
But shame on us for forgetting the ways that he's helped us in the past, those monuments that we're supposed to build. He tells us in the Bible to those people, take a stone, take an Ebenezer and go. No, this is a different parting of the sea, but this was take a stone for each tribe and go build your tower in the middle of the dry land from this dry river. and they built a monument. You see them. I believe I've also heard you say something before about there are monuments at the other side of the Red Sea where this happened, right? Isn't there a monument built where they crossed?
There are pillars on either side of the sea there. One is pretty much knocked down and stuff.
Well,
but,
sure. It's been
one of those
couple days.
It's one of those controversial things. Not everybody believes that the Red Sea crossing was at, I think you're talking about the beach at Nuebia.
I absolutely am.
And there's a pillar there. Yeah, there's an old pillar there. So I don't know, but we all, like you said,
God calls us to build monuments as reminders of His faithfulness and provision in our lives.
Exactly right, and we all forget about that.
Yeah,
we forget the last time God saved us. So the next time we need saving, we're like, "Where's God? He's not going to save me." I mean, we do the same thing.
Yeah,
and that's so God's like,
shame on us. I mean, and again, that's even. I'll speak for me. I won't speak for you, but even me, I have those moments of.
Sure.
It's not like God's going to send money in the mailbox. Okay, that's and then soon after that, I received a mineral rights check from the oil drilling in the area, and it was the biggest check we'd had ever. And, of course, the next one that we just received was a lot less again. But it's just one of those moments of I've actually said the words and the mistake of the words of saying, there aren't any other surprises out there waiting for us, because we've had some of those, I know such and such refund is coming, that kind of thing that you know it's coming, you don't know when it's coming, but it's there. And that's why we have to keep a testimony of the monuments that He provides to cover the moments.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
All right. Dr. Morris? Dr. Morris continues. Of course, it's Dr. Morris. Paul writes in similar scathing terms of those who had known of God's great deliverance of their fathers from the evil world before the flood, and yet then abandoned Him for idolatry. When they knew God, their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. That is Romans 1:21 and 22.
Mm-hmm.
David used the same word about those who decide they can explain things without God, just as many intellectuals in modern America do. The fool hath said in his heart, there is no God. Have the workers of iniquity no knowledge? Who eat up my people as they eat bread? They have not called upon God. Psalm 53, 1 and 4. And I'm sorry for the bad delivery of that verse.
You want to do it again?
Nah.
Okay. The workers of iniquity who eat up God's people, it
Thanks.
said, right? Like bread, yeah.
Well, they put a question mark in, and then it was a continued statement with, you see what I mean? It's like, it was written strangely. You put a question mark, and it seems like an end of a statement, and then the next part begins with a lowercase letter, and it's like, wait, it was a continuation. It was confusing.
Sorry.
No, you didn't write it.
That's true.
So it's okay. Even prophets and preachers can become fools if they follow their own wisdom instead of God's word. Thus saith the Lord God, woe, I'd hate to hear that word, woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit and have seen nothing. That's Ezekiel 13:3. Yeah, I would never want to hear, woe to them, woe to you. We read that a lot in Revelation of woe to them. Oh man, this is after we've been reading time and time again of how wrath has been delivered out onto the people on earth, and and then woe to them. It's like that wasn't bad enough. Now it's a woe coming.
Right, exactly,
yeah, I don't want the woes in that respect.
No,
I'll take a wow, but not a woe. Just saying. Dr. Morris concludes, Jesus rebuked even those He dearly loved because they were surprised and discouraged when He was crucified. O fools, He said, because they had been slow of heart to believe all that the prophets had spoken. Luke 24 verse 25. God help us to maintain believing hearts, not foolish hearts, as we serve Him.
Yep.
I can understand to a point the confusion from His followers at that time. Because
Jesus' followers?
Yeah. Or maybe not confusion, but the discouragement, the surprise. We've all been through times where we know something's coming and then we're surprised by it at the same time. This came faster than I expected. It's
Yeah, but I don't think they. I think that's the point. Is he was pretty much telling them what was going to happen, and yet they didn't seem to get it because they had in their head this.
They thought they knew it was going to happen one way.
They thought it was going to happen one way, and Jesus would say something, and they go, "Yeah, but it can't mean that. So he must be talking more like this."
Yeah. No,
he really did mean
said
that.
what he meant.
And the Son of Man must be delivered up. So, thank you.
Sure.
Should we clear the screen off?
Yeah, let's clear the screen.
The verse.
But
Who
we're
needs
still
a
there.
Bible on the page. Sorry. I feel like we were in the middle of talking about that.
Just of how the disciples were assuming
Yeah.
it would be one way, and because there's no way he could possibly have meant he truly would be gone, that he truly would be dead. I mean, they're just. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to believe it either.
No, especially when you have in your mind. I mean, when you're certain, and they were certain that he was the Messiah, the problem becomes which Messiah for them, and they wanted that. Here's Israel; they're under the yoke of Rome. They're being oppressed. They're being occupied. They're looking for somebody to free the nation,
Right.
And that was the promise of the Messiah. And so
And if he's going to die, how's he going to do that?
he certainly can't do that from the grave,
Right.
Right. But Christ came to free Israel, but spiritual Israel. Not. This is not replacement theology. That's not what I'm saying at all. It was just bigger than them.
Good morning, Scott.
Hey, it was more than them, and they didn't understand that because again they have God's chosen people,
Yeah.
written on their doorposts.
Yeah.
So that Jesus would come, that the Messiah would come and do something which looks almost completely the opposite to what they expected.
Mm-hmm.
They expect a conquering hero, and they get a convicted, murdered criminal. Not that he was a criminal. I mean, Pilate said, "I find no fault in him." So it's exactly the opposite of what they expected. But it isn't the opposite of what he told them.
Yeah.
Like you said, I mean, he was telling them, "The Son of Man must be delivered into the hands of evil men. He must suffer." All of this stuff. And they're going, "I wonder what that means," because it can't mean what he said.
Right.
He's talking in parables to us now.
Right. No, we have definitely the benefit of having read it and knowing what happens to a point.
Right, hindsight's 20/20.
In watching The Chosen, it's really easy to get frustrated with the apostles for not listening, and it's like, no, don't go to sleep. When they're in the garden, and we know how that part of the story ends.
Yeah.
But no.
Well, that was good.
Yeah, I have no idea what time it is because I put a box in front of the clock.
It's a box clock.
I keep doing that. And 9:48.
48.
No, it was a good devotion. It is just really important to. When I first saw the title for this, of the ones God calls fools, or however it was phrased, I was definitely thinking more in line of those who never believe, our atheists who are out there. I didn't really think it was going to go to his people and the varying stages of our lives, that we are the ones, his children, who have been called fools.
Right.
So that was kind of a gotcha moment in that, because I expected one thing and there's a different take on it, and it is just so important to remember and to still believe. I just heard a new song on the radio this morning. God says he's going to be there for us. He's done it before. He'll do it again. may not be in the way we expect, but we need to be careful to keep the foolish heart away and the foolish voices and the foolish doubt. So why would I doubt even when I'm down?
Right. Well,
it's easy to doubt when we're down, but then we need to remember that he always promised to provide and to be there for us, not necessarily in the way we expect. Don't tell God how you need him to provide.
Exactly.
Because it may probably not come in that way.
And you probably don't actually know what you need. That's the thing. We think we know what we do. But that's because we have need and want as synonyms in our brain.
Right.
Right? I mean, our society teaches us you can have whatever you want.
And be prepared for the funky answer. It's really easy going along those lines of needing versus wanting. When we say we need something and we expect it to look a certain way, he might call you to a very different solution.
Yeah. Yeah, we've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it can be very intimidating. It can be worrisome. It can be scary. It can be, maddening, I'm sorry, what?
Frustrating.
No.
You don't understand, Lord.
You want us to do what?
No.
I don't think that's what I had on my bingo card for today.
Right.
But no, it's just so important to be discerning.
Yeah.
When you ask for help, make sure you're listening and watching.
Yeah, ask for help. Don't dictate terms.
Mm-hmm.
That's... God knows what you need before you ask for it.
And remember, sometimes we're the ones being used to help the other. We might be the vessel or the mechanism that God is using to help someone else who has said, Lord, help me.
Right.
Lord, I need you. Be ready to be the one who is sent to help that person.
Right.
Even if you don't think you have anything to offer, sometimes it's just your presence. It's someone knowing that you're praying for them. Mm-hmm. That's why it's so important when we remember to say on here, if you have a prayer request, even if you don't want to share the request, just say, pray for me. And God already knows what your need is. He already knows what your request is. We don't need to know it. If you want to share personal details with us, you can. If you want to post it here, you can. But if you want to be, if it's too intimate of a need, but you still want to share that need, you can send us an email privately at either Seth @ or Tammy @ the4031family.com or pray with me at the4031.com. But if it's here, you can just pray for me. Mm-hmm. You don't ever have to go into detail because God already knows the details. God's already worked them out. Yep. You just have to live the walk right now of whatever walk it is that you're in.
Yep.
Whether it's finances or health or just doubt, insecurity about whatever.
Job.
God knows.
Yeah, anything.
And God's already determined the solution and the path. You just have to walk the journey.
Right.
But you don't have to walk it alone.
Well said.
Well, thanks.
You're welcome.
We hope you guys have an amazing weekend. We have our kids. So the summer is always busy at churches, right? We had the youth go to camp, and then the preteen kids went to camp, and now this week it's the kids' time. The students, the young ones, are doing a show. They've had music day camp this week, and I have so many amazing memories at our former church of helping to do that with our kids. Such an amazing gift with music and getting the kids involved and learning fun ways of learning about God through stuff. Tonight is Oh Chicken of Little Faith at our church. So I'm really excited to see what our kiddos have done. I think I'd heard there were 32 kids who had signed up to participate.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm really, really excited to see that tonight. And thank you to all of our directors and leaders at the church and all of the volunteers who have helped put this on for the kids. Thank you to our children who've been helping to volunteer.
Yeah, none of our kids are in it this year. They're all just helpers. So
Yeah, this is
that's
our second year now of nobody in it. So it's,
Oh, that's right. I forgot Philip was. That's
yeah,
right.
his last one was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to that tonight. Just another thing to add to our list of craziness for the day.
Indeed so.
But to those of you who might be out and about driving around, be safe, be careful, be paying attention. Those of you out working, those of you just existing, just remember you're not alone. And we appreciate your time tuning in today, whether it's
Indeed
live
so.
or later.
Yeah.
We hope you have an amazing weekend.
Absolutely.
On behalf of the 4031 family, here we go. I'm Tammy.
I'm Seth.
Remember, he is God.
Now, we most decidedly are not.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday morning at
See you
9:30.
Monday.
See you later.